I heard that song a couple of times, yo. I mean, dude, there's a big difference, I think, between having a good record on the radio and then what I always tell people really tells me what they're gonna do is what booking agency they sign up to. So irrespective of what he's doing in terms of music, whatever the radio stations do here, they're a bunch of sycophants. You know, they're gonna jump on anything that's hot, anything moving, and they just want to be a part of the conversation. They want to be on the PR parade float like everybody else. That's it. If I see him signing with a certain agency or I seen him signing with a certain group and I see how they're trying to mold him in terms of the local festivals, then the international festivals, then you know if somebody has that type of staying power. So, I mean, I guess only time will tell. For years and years, we squandered what we should have done. What we should have done is build our alliances stronger in DC, in Maryland, in North, South Carolina, all over. We should have built our stronger alliances in Atlanta and in all over Florida. But unfortunately, we didn't. You know, West Coast, down South, Midwest, we should have expanded all over the place and really, you know, built a community that didn't allow anybody just to come in and say, well, guess what? I'm hip hop. I'll decide what hip hop is. Because now that's what we have. Anybody with money can just come in here and say, well, I'm inventing a new style of hip hop. And we can't do nothing about it. Whereas back in the day, we could be like, whoa, 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 whoa. That's just not popping. We're going to shut that down. Ain't nobody going to support that. You know, my job is not to judge their music, Vlad. My job is not to judge their bars solely. You know what I mean? If people ask me for things like that, I'll give them advice in private. My job is just to educate them to the pitfalls of what happened during our generation so they don't make the same mistakes. Whatever Mr. Shmurda ends up doing, you know, is entirely upon him and his camp. And I wish him the best, you know, because I've known a lot of kids that I've seen come into this business and get taken advantage of. I've seen a lot of kids come in this game with a hit and then that's it, and they don't get no support from a label. I've seen people come in where I thought they was gonna blow. Vlad, between you and me, we could probably name 3 people apiece whose buzz was ridiculous. So when I see that, I just wonder what's the next step. And to me, the next step has always been, okay, you made a record, now you gotta show and prove as an artist. If you are MC, if you are artist, even if you say, all right, I'm not an MC, I'm just a rapper, I'm just an entertainer, well then you gotta get on stage and entertain people. So if you're not doing that, or if I don't see people taking steps towards that, like if the brother's not on tour next month or in a couple of months, I'm gonna know that there's a problem there, you know? And that's not specific to one person either. This is not about him or anybody else. This is about, in general, when new artists step into the game, the most important thing for them to get settled in is with a good booker, with someone that knows what they're doing, someone that can get them on the road. How else are you gonna raise the money yourself to do the product? Because nowadays, the label ain't gonna give you that much money, and if they do, they're gonna want your firstborn son for that. So a lot of artists are actually funding the things for themselves. They come in with a complete package, and that way they don't have that many costs to cover when people want to recoup from them.